Comments are shallow. All right, let's get right into the first debate topic. All right, is TNA ready to be the number two wrestling company again? So WWE has acknowledged TNA's buzz. Fans are talking about it. TNA is as probably as popular as it's ever been. Can it reclaim its old spot as the number two promotion? All right, so can TNA truly climb back to number two, or are they too small to compete at that level? All right, let's start this one off with you, Cliff.
First of all, this is disrespectful as shit. Is it still a minor league? No, it's not a minor league. And is it number two? I mean, I don't know. I know we just talked before this, and it's been drawing. So like I can give it its props. I never thought it fell off. Like I thought like maybe if anything, it just kind of like it took a slight dip underneath where like AEW had all this buzz and TNA was just kind of coming, or Impact was coming, like kind of letting go, and then finally went back to TNA. And I thought the action never actually really left. I thought there was like a lot of great stuff that was happening on TNA. It's just the crowds just were paying attention to everything else, and they needed a break from all the wrestling that's happening because you have WWE, WWE, AEW, then a break in WWE, AEW, and you got all these shows coming at you, and it's like, bro, like we just kind of need a break from it. And unfortunately, TNA was when I caught that break. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Rumor has it that they're wanting to move TNA to a major network and then have them compete on Wednesday nights against AEW. That's what WWE would want. So obviously, like WWE is not really like costing any fodder for themselves. But I don't know, man. It's crazy to see that this partnership has like worked out so well for NXT as well as TNA versus like WWE because it's not on the main roster. I'm not really seeing like anybody outside of like Joe Hendry at WrestleMania. I'm not really seeing like anybody else kind of cross over to like Raw or SmackDown. So when that happens, then we could kind of talk about it reclaiming its second spot. But for right now, I think it's a close race. It's sitting third, but it's like it's not. Once it starts to, once you start seeing those superstars kind of pop up on the bigger roster, I think that's when we'll have the real discussion of it being back at truly number two. But for right now, I think it's number three, but it's just barely like if it's like AW, like TNA is like right there underneath it.
What you got, Damien?
Um, Anything can happen. Um, and it also depends because I heard that they're like looking to sell. So like, if the right person buys, then yeah, you can definitely reclaim that. I mean, it's not like they can't, or at least become like neck and neck with AEW. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's still possible. I never thought of it as the minor leagues either. Like they've had their issues, like every company's had their issues. But I don't think it ever really like fell off. You know what I mean? They've always had some great fucking talent, some great fucking matches. It was just like Cliff saying, the shiny new toy came in, everybody kind of flocked to that.
Yep.
So like now that that one place has a little bit more time under their belt, it's like it'll be a lot easier for TNA to kind of like, because it's like Cliff said, it's like real close, filling up bigger arenas, selling more tickets, being seen. It is working out for them working with NXT, and I think that's a great start for them to work with NXT first before interacting with the main roster. Kind of slowly trickle that in, like they've been doing basically.
Yeah.
That's fair. I agree with Damien. I heard they were trying to sell. Uh, I I mean Cliff and Damien said it best. It's not really the minor leagues. It's more of they had a restructuring period, and during that restructuring period, AEW happened to be a thing and come along, and now it's like okay, well, like Cliff said, we have wrestling every week. It you get oversaturation sometimes, and sometimes the not to say they're a small company or minor league, uh, how it's been worded, but the smaller companies seems to be the one that suffers from that, and I think that's when TNA really suffered. I wouldn't really call it a they fell off or anything like that. I I I think they're about even with AEW right now. I wouldn't say one's really ahead of the other. I think the only thing that's kind of hurting TNA right now is now we have all these rumors that what are you over there spazzing out about? What are you like having a seizure about? Calm down, you'll get your chance. I think the thing that's really messing them up right now is the sale rumors. Like, is TNA for sale? Other than
know,
I
I
think
know
TNA is doing
WWE
great.
can. They got first crack though.
WWE has first crack, and they have the right to veto the sale to anybody who is not in good standings with WWE.
Yep.
So, meaning if AEW went to try and purchase TNA, they would have to be in better standings with WWE.
That'd be a
Other
hard.
than that, like Cliff said, other than seeing like Joe Hendry at WrestleMania or like Jordan Grace show up at the Rumble before she went to NXT, despite the fact that we all knew she was going to NXT, you don't really see it from the main roster. I think NXT is the one that has benefited the most out of this relationship, more so than TNA. But I hope this helps boost TNA to another level.
I disagree that it hasn't worked out for TNA because with these NXT wrestlers going on TNA television, it's boosting their views.
I think saying it hasn't worked out for TNA is the wrong wording for it.
Okay.
It obviously has worked out wonderful for TNA. But every time I turn on TV, it's an NXT guy holding the TNA titles. Like, but
Well,
how many TNA guys do you see holding NXT titles? Like, it's a little bit one sided.
None at the moment. None
At the moment, and I agree with you on that. I think soon you will, but at the current well, okay, Cliff, you don't, but woohoo. I think at the current standing, seeing a lot of NXT people taking their championships as a TNA guy, that would probably rub me the wrong way. But Chadwick, what do you got to say?
Chadwick.
All right. I didn't think I'd be by myself on this one.
No, of course not.
Here we go.
I didn't. All right. Let's keep it a buck. TNA is nowhere close to being number 2. Nowhere close. And this is why. All right. If you look at the top 2 professional wrestling companies in the United States, they have not only TV deals, they have streaming deals as well.
Yeah.
WWE is on ESPN next year. ESPN, not Hulu, not no Max, not Netflix, but they are on that too, which is a bonus to that. They're on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Disney. AEW is on has Warner Brothers, Discovery. They're on Max. They're on Turner Networks. TNA is on a network that not every cable package has.
No, you're right.
A lot of people don't have Access TV or Ion TV. Well, I don't even know what the channel is on. Like,
Ion.
see, we can't even know what it is, but we do know for a fact that you can't get it sometimes. Like, for the longest time, I think I had YouTube TV. I could not watch TNA. I had to go to our trusty old websites that we won't put out there for everyone else to see what we do. But that's how I caught up with TNA, because I did not have access to watch it. Like,
that's fair, but what about the people who don't have like Disney Plus or ESPN? Now
let
I
me
have
tell
to
you,
pull out more money for it.
you'd be surprised on how many people have a Disney Plus account or have access to Disney Plus and all those Disney Plus apps or Disney apps. I don't have numbers, but you'd be shocked.
I got
People,
the bundle.
like, you got what? You got them all, don't you?
I got the bundle. I got
See,
the Disney
they,
Plus, Hulu, and
most people have that bundle. Like
Yeah, I don't.
the deal gives them consistency, especially now with pay per view being literally dead and killed by UFC now. You They need to get a TV deal on like an actual television station that everyone can access. They need to get a streaming deal so that they can stream their shows to a worldwide audience. Yes, TNA's buzz is on fire. Yes, the partnership with WWE is putting them in more more eyes. But we also just said it. How many is it? It's more. This partnership is NXT guys holding, or NXT wrestlers holding TNA
TNA.
belt.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, if they were really number two, at least in the invasion, right? With WCW, they were swapping belts for a couple of times. But of course, I know kayfabe. They owned it at the time and all that, da da blah blah blah. But like, I would love for TNA to climb back being number two, but they just don't have the resources. Like,
Yeah.
they don't
I
have
don't.
the resources.
I
yeah,
can't agree with that.
Like, cool, like consistency, it don't. I don't know how to like the best wording. It's just I don't want to say the internet either, because it's not just the internet wrestling community that's bringing the buzz of TNA. There is outside buzz, but to say that it can be climbed up back to number two is crazy to me. When you can't even go and hit a number and watch it most of the time. I cannot see it as the number two if I can't get on the app and just go boop, there it is. I can't. It don't work for me, brother.
So you need an app for everything.
It's 2025. That's the way the world is. Like, yeah, at this point,
2025, like that Lego Plus app you got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
anyway,
that you screwed up on making the gauntlet.
yeah. That's why he had the Lego Plus app, so he could teach him how to do it right.
first of all, it's not even on the app because it came out in 2021.
So,
Shame.
so you mean that you had to buy the ultra premium version of it? So the Lego Plus
No,
thing.
first of all, there is no
Oh,
Lego.
anyway, here's where I'm going. Let me keep it 100. I think I would not be surprised though, is if here in the next couple of years you find out that WWE purchases TNA and it puts TNA on USA and it moves SmackDown to CBS.
Whoa. Whoa.
It wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't be surprising to me if that deal happens, like very
See?
hush hush and under the table. Like I don't. I feel like that's going to be a deal that is made not publicly.
Yeah, just because I said this in the group chat, and I strongly believe it that everywhere that the UFC has gone, the WWE is followed.
Yeah.
Well, Fox, ESPN, Paramount, right? And I just think that at this point in time, man, it's like watching SmackDown move from network to network. CW also being one that had SmackDown for a while.
Yeah.
ESPN, right? Then obviously USA, Sci-Fi, Fox, back to USA. I just wouldn't be surprised to watch SmackDown move to like a CBS or NBC, right? Every Friday night on BC, all of a sudden, like it's got wrestling. And I just think TNA fits in the slot for USA. I just think that I think my biggest downfall for TNA was, and it's gonna sound like, hey, for those in the comments, all right, chill out. I think it was a partnership with AEW. I think Kenny, not to be funny, but Kenny having both the TNA and the Impact title and was like walking around as the belt collector. I think it damaged I think it damaged the product because at first everybody wanted to see what Kenny was going to do, and then Kenny just never came to AEW or to TNA. He was just defending he just had the titles to carry, and it really didn't help their relationship any. And there was no crossover platform, kind of essentially like what we're doing now. But it's really weird to me to see how high WWE thinks of themselves, that they had everybody that came off of AEW automatically, outside of Cody, automatically went right to NXT. And then the guys from the TNA also went over to NXT. Like it was almost to the point of it was like, well, you don't know how to wrestle the WWE style, so we're just gonna put you guys here.
That's
You
not
know,
entirely true. That's
name another person outside that.
Penta, Rusev, Ray Phoenix. None of them went to NXT when they came back.
Rusev was a former WWE guy. I'm
Rusev
not
don't
gonna count
count.
him.
Yeah, Rusev don't count.
I'll give you
Penta
Penta.
and Ray Phoenix.
I'll give you Penta and Ray.
Well,
I'll
Jay,
give you those three. Yeah, I'll give you those three. You fair, but for the majority of it,
Majority wise, no, I agree with you, but
yeah.
no,
I mean, Lexis King, Ethan Page, Ricky Starks. Where are those guys
I
at?
forgot
When those
all
guys
about Lexus King.
yeah, Jordan
well,
Grace.
yeah.
is though, I think NXT needs those three. That's the point.
What's that?
I feel like NXT needs those three right now. Like main roster right now there's a lot of people up there right now.
But they have so
Man,
many. Like,
roster is
look at the
very
talent though. Look at the talent that TNA has, and they bring over to work these NXT guys. Like the Rascals are over there and working those guys. You brought the Hardys in. They were the TNA champions. You brought them right into NXT. Like, and I know that they're talking about the one more run or whatever. Then you talk about Rosemary also coming over, right? This is a legend in the game that we're talking about, and she's over here just in TNA. Like, but we have not seen her like work with Alexa Bliss or Bianca Belair or Rhea Ripley. Like, this is a person that we know can go in the
Yeah.
ring.
Yeah,
Actually, I
yeah.
would like to see her on Raw or SmackDown.
What about old girl? Old girl that was she was on NXT now. Sade, is that right? You can talk about
Oh,
Mara.
yeah, Mara Sade, I think.
Shot it, yeah.
Yeah,
Where did she left NXT? Went
yeah,
right
Jakar Jackson.
right to TNA. And like, she may cross back over. You may see her again pop up on NXT. You're not gonna see her on the main roster. And she's a WWE product. Like that's my problem with it right now.
I don't think TNA needs to be on the main roster right now. I mean, that's just me.
I don't think it would benefit them any. I think it would.
No, I don't think so either. Like,
But then
eventually, yeah, but I feel like they got to finish whatever they're doing with NXT right now. Whatever all of it they're doing right now between NXT and TNA, it's got to finish. They can't just, I don't know, like, and like a simple strategy. Let's be honest, like that'd be kind of spreading their roster thin, and so now they're going up against three instead of one.
Right, but my point being though is that if I'm looking at that the NXT or that the TNA guys are on the same level as WWE, let's just call it like this, right? I'm looking at Raw and SmackDown. It's almost essentially saying that like WWE is essentially saying you aren't on like TNA is not on the same level as our main roster guys, but they are kind of on the same level as our developmental guys, and that's what I think. And I get that the relationship maybe it's that you have these guys from TNA come through and help teach like
Right.
the NXT guys how
That's
to
what
work.
I feel like they're doing. Like they're
But
helping
I
NXT.
would like to see. I'll be fair. Like I would like to see. Like I'll say it. I'd like to see Moose like up on the main roster working some
I
of the other
would too.
talent. Like
I would.
you know what I mean? Like there's a Eddie Edwards deserves to be like working on a SmackDown show. You know what I mean? Like
There's a
I'm
lot
just,
of people in there that like I would do fine
yeah.
on Raw or SmackDown.
I'm
But
just trying to see the X division at WrestleMania.
Dog, can I get an X? Yes. Can I get an X Division match? Can I get a?
Shake your head. No, nobody. No.
I stand by this, and I still stand by this. The X Division still, I mean, outside of sorry, Moose, outside of Moose holding the X Division championship, that division, hands down, still the greatest division of like in the rosters. Like
Close enough.
there's really not one that like compares to it. Like that division is always on fire ever since it was, AJ Styles and Chris Daniels and all those guys coming up and just like we were talking about it time and time again, like how great this roster was. Chris
Yeah.
Bay talking about Ace Austin, we're talking about Cedric Alexander's there right now. Mustafa Ali is there. Like, bro, this division is a fire ass roster, and like Nick Nemeth holding the X Division for
the new guys, like
Motor City Machine Guns, both of them holding the X Division title. Like, yo, like this
Leon Slater,
division is always putting out fire talent, bro. Like, it's
that
crazy.
new young guy they have, what's his name, Leon Slater.
Yeah, Leon
Yeah.
Slater right now.
Actually, I want to
My
see him and
son's
Triple H
favorite
have
wrestler.
against each other.
But my problem is, here's where my problem goes. Right? It's like, okay, so the X division, we can announce that I think, like me personally, is one of the greatest divisions. But you mean to tell me that they can't go up and work on, I don't know, with like a Chad Gable, like that Chad Gable is
No.
that much better than
Chad
that
Gable don't exist no more.
What's
He
that?
vanished. He is nothing, not a thing anymore.
I mean, we can't, but like Penta and Ray, who also came from the same era, you know what I mean? Like they can't work in that they can't work those guys. Like this is what I'm talking about.
The whole entire tag team division on SmackDown.
Yeah, Wesley.
Actually, if you really think about it, the whole entire tag team division on SmackDown, for the most part, could be in the X division.
Why can't I get the Rascals on SmackDown?
That would have had an interesting.
You don't even have
SmackDown hasn't been a great show though. So over the past couple of weeks, and
I'm just saying, yeah, the SmackDown
I
roster,
enjoyed SmackDown.
the tag roster on SmackDown is just kind of in a disarray, right? Ever since the TLC match, and that's fine. So
that's the only good thing that's been on SmackDown.
Yeah, let's throw the Rascals on there to, like, you know, we're letting everybody wrestle. Why not? Why not bring the Rascals on there, or bring the Rascals to Netflix? I don't care.
All right, final thoughts. Go ahead, Twitch.
I mean, as long as they don't sell to somebody dumb, I think they can become the second. I think it's going to take time. But yeah, I'd give it a couple years of working with WWE, and I think they can build a strong case to be number 2.
All right, what you got, Cliff?
Yeah, they sitting right underneath the 2 spot.
All right, Damien, final thought.
If you put your mind to it, say your prayers and eat your vitamins, anything.
Oh God!
All right.
I'm saying it like that because I'm going to get really mean as the show goes on. So that was my night.
I don't think they can without a proper distribution of their shows. Like, get on an actual TV station that can be easily accessible. Get your PLEs or your pay-per-view, what you want to call it, your big shows on one of these little streaming platforms, so people can the worldwide, so people outside of the United States can watch it.
I heard Peacock's looking for a network.
You know what? And the funny thing is this: Peacock would be perfect because everybody is already complaining about the network being gone next year. So Peacock probably would be the strongest move for them.
Peacock would be a solid move for them.
It would be.
Put weekly.
All right, let's get it.
What we get?
Hey, thanks for checking out this episode of the 3 Count Podcast. If you like this and you want more 3 Count Podcasts, go on over to our YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you never miss when we put out a video. Also, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, all things social media, 3 Count Pod _ on X. 3 Count Pod, everything else. Also, make sure you buy our merch at foryourwear.com and prowrestlingtees.com. Also, you know what? Just watch another video right now. Right now, we're gonna walk away and you're gonna play another video. Now it's time to shine. Now a little bit of soul, gonna drop me some line. Now it's time to set it off, drop some gangsta funk with some OG Snoop, sipping gin and juice. Now get loose on the